Hi you guys, welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be giving you some beginner tips as the natural hair girl who's just starting out her hair journey and really need the basics and really need that foundation that will catapult you to your hair goals. Okay, so stay tuned for that. Here on this channel I talk about natural hair, beauty, and lifestyle. And if those are some things that you are into, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on that bell notification. And I have a little bonus for you guys at the end of this video, so please stay tuned for that. Let's get right into these tips. So I know this is what we all hear, and sometimes we probably hated to hear this, but consistency is key when you're starting on your natural hair journey. So something that I will always go by and was basically my mantra was commit to being consistent. I had to commit to the journey before I even set out on it, because I knew, and I was at a place of just being completely tired of my hair. I can say that I hated my hair and I was really unhappy with it. It was just something that it just had to happen. I was in a season of my life where I had to make a change. So before even setting out on the journey, I committed to consistency. I committed to keep going, not stop, continue to learning, and doing what I had to do to see results in my hair. Like there was no going back. So if you're ready for healthier hair, if you're ready for longer hair, if you're ready to have beautiful curls and, you know, flourishing hair, you have to commit to consistency. Commit to being at it, keeping at it. That's really all I can say. Well, let's get into some things that I did first when setting out on my journey. So after I committed to being consistent, I had to learn what it is to be a natural girl and what that really meant as far as the things that I had to do. So one of the first things that I learned about, you know, length retention and things like that was moisture. And I learned that you get most of your moisture from water. I'm someone who started out with very dry hair, so I had to water train my hair. That was really important, that I was water training my hair, and I think that is what, you know, got me to the place that I am right now. So I had to learn how my hair accepts water, and that's going to get me into my next point. I think it's very important that you learn your hair porosity. There's low porosity, medium porosity, and high porosity, and you can find so much information on these things. So when I set out to find my hair porosity, I did the strand in the water test, and I found that I had low porosity. So I started to tether my, research. There's millions of videos on YouTube to help you out with this. So I tethered my research to low porosity hair. I was watching a lot of the low porosity girls and how they were getting water into their hair, and I found that a lot of them was using hot water to get into their hair because, you know, the shafts are really tightly packed with low porosity hair. So I wanted to make sure I was getting as much moisture as I can with water first before I went into products. And I think that's really important because a lot of the times, especially the beginner naturals, they think they need 1,000,001 products. But if your hair is not accepting of water, the main ingredient in most of the products that you're going to buy is going to be water. So if your hair is not water trained, then those ingredients aren't getting into your hair the way that you need to. So I suggest starting out by wetting your hair more based on your porosity, whether that's warm water, cool water, hot water. Get that water into your strands. Wet your hair as much as you can. That's really all I can say. In the beginning, I had really dry hair. It'd take forever for, my hair to accept the water, and I'd be like, what is going on? I just wet my hair. It's not it just wasn't giving. Like, I could feel it and I just knew it wasn't giving. Now when I wear my hair, I know that my hair is accepting of this water because it's water trained. I give her water. I've been giving her water for, I think I've been on this journey about a year now. So she's way more accepting of water. So that's a really important step. Once you found out how your hair accepts water and you've actually been putting in the work and putting more water onto your hair, now I feel like you can, you know, look and see which moisturizing regimen works best for you. Now, there's an LCO method and then an LOC method. Me as a low porosity girl, and after doing my research, I found that the LCO method would be best for me. And the LCO method just makes more sense to me since oil and water don't mix, so it makes sense to coat your hair, coat the moisture that you put on your hair with water so that it stays. That makes most sense to me. I never tried the LOC method because the LCO has been working for me. And just a pro tip, once you find what works for you, stick to that. So in my journey, I started to use water as my liquid, you know, mostly water, and sometimes I'll use my fenugreek water. If you guys want a video on the benefits of fenugreek water and also how I prepare fenugreek water, then let me know. But that's what I would do to wet my hair, and then I would go in with a leave-in conditioner. Now for me and my hair and what I've found that it likes, she likes leave-in conditioners that are more slippery and less thick, I would say. Not super watery, just less thick. One time I was using the Miel pomegranate leave-in conditioner. That's thick. It's thick. And she wasn't loving it. It wasn't really getting into my hair like I would like it. So once I was done with that product, I never used it again. Now I use the African's Best leave-in conditioner. It smells really good. And it's a lighter weight than the pomegranate leave-in conditioner. And it just works so much better for my hair. I think my hair likes light products. Because even with my oil, at that time, I was using castor oil. As we know, castor oil is a really thick oil. But it just wasn't doing much for me. It wasn't looking, it just felt wrong, okay? So I started using a lighter oil. I would use this oil right here, this argan oil, this little tube, and I would get it from my Family Dollar. I would also get that leave-in conditioner from my Family Dollar as well. That leave-in conditioner is $5, and this little oil is like $1.25. And these products work really good for me. I'm still using them today. So tether your regimen to your porosity. Find products that work for you, stick with those until they don't work anymore. I found these products, they've been working, and I'm gonna stick beside them. Wash days as a natural girl can be very frustrating. I experienced some really frustrating wash days that made me want to quit altogether. But like I said, I committed to being consistent way before I even started. So I couldn't do that. I had to find a way around it. I had to get through it. It was just like a hurdle. I had to get through it. I had to find a way to make my wash days better for me so that I'm not frustrated. I'm not manhandling my hair, and I'm not, you know, just sad. I have a lot of emotion behind my hair. I really do. And it's not bad. It's not bad. I just really love her, and I don't know, she's like my kid. It's weird, y'all, but I try not to get angry with her and try to understand her as much as I can. So when my wash days were really, really, really troubling for me and causing me a lot of stress, it's like, what do I do? So what I did, I sought information. I went and found information about wash days, and what I found made the world of difference. Preliminary detangling. Detangling before going into the shower, and specifically finger detangling. I only finger detangle my hair. I don't use any tools. I think they're pretty unnecessary. So when I started to finger detangle, literally the first time that I fingered the tangle and I went into the shower and washed my hair, I almost wanted to cry because it was so easy. It was so easy. I was stress-free and I ain't never went back. I never went back. I would dampen my hair just a little bit and go through and finger detangle and wash my hair in 4 sections. I think washing your hair in sections is the best to get the best wash day that you can. 4 sections equals more love, I think. If I try to go into the shower with my hair in one big, just out and loose, maybe product is not hidden in every strand. So I would pre-detangle, wash my hair in sections, and my wash days were cut down from an hour plus to a good 30 minutes. I promise you. So as a beginner natural, you're just starting out and you're not as elite as the 4+ year girls. I think these are some really good steps to take into account. The conversation of heat usage in the natural community will always come up. It will always come up. Some of the girls say they're heat trained, but then some of the girls looking like they have heat damage. So I don't know, but I want to reiterate that this is for the beginner natural, the girl who's just setting out on her journey. I think this is my advice, my personal advice from me and from what I experienced. I think if you're just starting into your journey, especially if you're only 6 months in or a year in, that you should stay away from heat altogether. That's just my opinion, only because I'd rather you stay away from anything that could set you back. Because in the beginning, if you keep getting set back in the beginning, it's like, what are you doing it for? You're not getting anywhere. So just avoid anything that can be super damaging to your hair, especially as we're not professionals, so we probably don't know what we're doing and using too much heat at times. Just doing the most with our hair especially if you're starting out in your journey, you should avoid heat as much as possible. I'm telling you, it will make the world of difference in your hair, and especially since you're the beginner natural and you're trying to get that water into your hair like I spoke about in the beginning. Heat is just you taking 2 steps forward to taking 5 steps back if you're using heat on the hair all the time, but you think that you're using enough water. It kind of makes no sense. Heat will make the water dry out. That's where I'm going with this. So yeah, I would say avoid heat. Rock your curls. Rock the curls that you do have until you get to a length where you'll be happy to show off your hair. Me, I've been in this for a year now. I wore my fro one time and that was just a simple twist out, and the next day she was right back in braids. But I haven't even honed in on my curly, routine. I don't even have a curly routine yet because I know I'm not at the length I want to be to even rock my fro yet, And not saying that you can't rock your fro at any length, just me. I'm okay with, sitting back and getting to the length that I want to really pop out with my hair. Like you see, I wear mini braids and I'm totally fine with this because I'm gonna soon be at the length that I love, and that's when I'm gonna be popping out with my curls, okay? And once you get to this length, it's just like, you're cute. But I think even the TWA curls are much cuter than I think my length of curls would be right now. But then I want the curls when I really pop out. That's just my opinion. You guys don't have to go with what I say, but please, I advise you all to stay away from heat right now. You know what I realized on YouTube? Most of the girls that, blow their hair out for better maintenance, they're the 4+ year girls. Their hair is down their butt and it's super unmanageable when it's, you know, in this curly state, and they get a lot of fairy dust. So that's where my thinking about, you know, heat and stuff comes from. Focus on getting that moisture into your hair as much as you can, and yeah, you can rock your TWA. Trust me, there's no problem with that. I loved my TWA stage when I first went natural. That's a whole nother video, because I'm like on the third cycle of trying to go natural and finally seeing a difference in my hair. So I can make a video on that too if you guys would want that. So the next thing I want to get into is protective styling, and that is super important in your natural hair journey. I have had a really stressful time with my hair as far as protective styling incorrectly, thinking things are protective styles and they're not. I was a braids with extensions girl, and I would always get my hair done back to back. And let me just tell you, I never seen any length retention. Never. Okay, I didn't see any length retention with any of those styles because they truly were not protective. I would get cornrows, I'd have the white bulbs coming up out of my hair in the front, I get box braids, the same thing. So my hair was really thin, and it just wasn't retaining any length. My hair was breaking off, and I wasn't washing my hair with these styles, so it just wasn't optimal for hair growth at any stage. Okay, it was really bad, and I wouldn't advise anyone, especially if you're a beginner natural, to be wearing protective styles that are extensions, you know, braids and things like that. Only because, like I said, water training your hair is very important. You're not going to be washing your hair every week. You're not going to be moisturizing your hair. Your strength is not going to get in that moisture. So it's really backwards if you think about it. It's really not helpful. That's just what it is, and I'm not sugarcoating that. It's just not helpful, okay, to be getting extension styles back to back, because you're gonna be shedding way more than you need to, because when it's pulling in, if you have it in for 2 to 3 months, that's, you know, regular normal shedding on top of shedding of the styles pulling your hair out. So just a terrible situation that could be avoided. Now, some protective hairstyles that are really helpful is the one I have on right now. I'm rocking some mini braids that I did on myself. I've had these for a month now. I just refreshed the fronts. The back are from a month ago, so they're a little, you know, dingy. But this is how I've been wearing my hair from the beginning of my journey till now. These are my mini braids when I first started my journey. They literally were on my neck, and I can show you a more recent picture of my mini braids now. Yes, growth, baby, okay? Growth. That's what we're looking for, okay? And I would have never got that if I kept doing, you know, I kept going to the African braiding shops and getting my hair braided and things like that. It just would have never happened. Another protective style with your natural hair that I see a lot of the girls doing are mini twists. I personally didn't do mini twists because they were just not looking good a week in. I don't know, my hair was just giving really fuzzy, really, I don't know, like dreading together, you know, getting fuzzy, rubbing against each other. I was experiencing fairy knots more often than I did when I did mini braids. So I didn't really do twists that much. I stuck with my braids because, one, they actually stretch your hair way better than mini twists, and they're more uniformed because, you know, it's actually 3 strands you're twisting instead of 2. So that's what I like about mini braids, and I can do a video about mini braids because just the benefits itself is beautiful, and I just love them. I can do a lot with my mini braids. I have 2 braids right here that I put to this side, or I put to that side, or I split in the middle. I do a half up, half down. I could do 2 space buns if I wanted to. Just really cute things that I do with my braids all the time, for real. So don't think that you can't do interesting creative things with your braids while you're protective styling. And I think that's what a lot of girls are afraid of. Okay, I don't want to, you know, wear mini braids all the time, but get creative with your mini braids. You could put your mini braids into bantu knots, you know, real cute. And then once you take your bantu knots out, they could be curly, and you do something with the curly braids look. Like, you never know. It's so much you can do while protecting your hair at the same time. So don't think that protective styles are that limiting, because even if you don't want to do braids or twists, you could put your hair in a bun. Put your hair in a bun, leave that bun in for a week, wash your hair, put a bun in. You know, just styles that you're not going to be manipulating your hair so much. So if you're going to do the bun, don't, you know, be touching up your bun every day of the week. Don't be, you know, using so much product all the time. You know, try to keep the braids or your buns or your twists somewhat product free, because in between these styles you still want to be able to get moisture in. So you still want to be able to wet them, moisturize them, seal them off, and be rocking that. I'm leaving these for another month. Okay, and I'm just gonna be touching up the fronts if anything. So yeah, that's my outlook on, you know, protective styling. Please do it correctly, do it properly. Oh, another thing I also want to get into is the, you know, process of putting in and taking down. That's also really important. There's no need to be rough putting it in, and definitely don't be rough taking it out. It can make the world of difference in length retention after taking out a protective style. Something else that I did that really helped me stay on track with everything that I wanted to do as far as my hair goes was I would set calendar events 6 months out. And you can do that on your iPhone. In the calendar, there's an option to make an event and have that event repeat every 3 weeks, every 2 weeks, every week. And I would do that for the days that I wanted to wash my hair, moisturize my hair, scalp massage my hair. So I would make these events and have my phone remind me of the days when those events were coming up. And you can do it as far out as you needed to. I would always do 6 months out, so I had 6 months of reminders to basically maintain my hair. And that helped me a lot to stay consistent with what I was doing and what I needed to do to retain my hair length. So for the bonus, I've written up a PDF document that has all this information that I talked about in this video. I will be leaving that in the description box down below. Be sure to check that out. Be sure to use it as your daily reminder, read over it, you know, so that you can stay and stick to your goals. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you found something useful. I hope that you guys actually put in the work. I hope you take something from this video and really implement it into your regimen, because I promise you guys it's really everything that I did, and it's been helping me in my journey and my hair flourish. That's all I can say, and I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Later.